You're listening to a Mash Those Buttons podcast. Visit mashthosebuttons.com for a full podcast schedule.
Cargo secured. Extraction complete. Intelligence system analytic computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online. Data scanned. Downloading files.
What's up, guys? You're listening to episode 91 of SITREP Radio, giving you the news and other happenings in the world of the Division. Insert brief description here. But first, my name is Mike. Joining me are my co-hosts, Robert.
Hello.
And Luke.
Do I say hello? Because the script doesn't say hello.
Oh, man.
It's down to you, dude. I'll leave it down to you. If you want to say hi, if you want to say konnichiwa, or whatever you fancy saying today, dude.
Howdy doody.
How the hell did we get
this
to
is
episode 91?
I have no idea, Robert. I'm sure you'll be able to figure that out when we've finished recording and tell us after.
Okay.
Anyway, I hope you've both had an awesome week and our listeners have had a great week as well. And we want to welcome any newcomers to our show. Just a quick reminder for those of you that are on standby waiting for the next global event, it will be dropping this coming Tuesday, the 23rd of January, and it will be Ambush. As always, there's a whole host of gear and 3 new masks and accommodations to be chasing. So good luck with next week's grind.
Alpha Bridge.
Nothing. Okay, nothing. There was no official State of the Game this week.
Yeah, there was.
Well, there was, but it was more of a community stream.
It was State of the Game Commie Edition, as I like to say.
Comedy or commie edition?
Community. It was like they said Community Edition doesn't really have a ring to it, but they should call it the Commie Edition.
I don't think that would go down with
it's not very PC,
well with some people.
But I like it.
Petter, if you're listening, dude, yeah, that's what it should be called next week. Or not next week, probably the one after that. But yeah, it was a dedicated stream focused on the Division's community and the content related to the Division. We're not going to be covering it, but definitely go and check out the live stream that they had. And huge shout out to SHD Wildmax and Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer for having their content featured. Congratulations, guys. Awesome job.
GG.
Anyway, not much news, if any. This is going to be a slightly more chilled out episode. If anything, a more whispery episode so far, and probably not that long.
I swear there was some news. Wasn't there some news on the State of the Game? Didn't they clarify something? Maybe.
I'm just going to take your word for it, Rob.
Must have dreamt it.
We do have a couple of things to talk about this week. Pretty much just going to go straight into a very short discussion. Yeah, I can't talk.
An argument.
Discussion. Argument. Is it an argument or is it a rant? Nobody knows, hey? But we're 2 months into 1.8 and the game is in a pretty good place. And obviously, by now, we've had a couple of GEs and the grind can be real for some. So I want to ask your thoughts on people charging for loot, aka things like the house and classified gear drops, and people actually buying them. Does anybody want to take the floor on this one first?
How much would you have paid me for the house that I gave you last week?
That's a very good point. News update, Mike got the house.
Woohoo!
Rob, do you want anything to add?
How much would you have paid Tom Cruise's mum's shoes last week for destroying your...
He found not one, but two striker holsters for me during that stream they did. First one accidentally got destroyed by one of his friends. I can't remember what his name was. Damn it.
Properly accidentally, or like accidentally on purpose trolling you because they got one and then they were like, no, you can't have it.
No, like they proper like messaged me on Discord saying we've got your holster, and then I started watching the stream, just about to join him in the dark zone, and they were like, oh no, sorry, it's been destroyed. I fast traveled.
Do you know how I can imagine that feels like? It would be like me going to get my new chair today, going to pick it up, and then somebody just smashing it up, and then having to wait for another one to be delivered.
It was, I don't know. The thing is, after that, because that was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes into their stream, and I then sat and watched the rest of the 4 hours that Tom did, and then the guy who...
You sat there for 4 hours.
Yeah, because I was like, he's going to get me this holster, he's going to get me this holster. And then I sat there, and then they swapped to the guy who destroyed my first holster, and I watched him for like 3 hours, and then I stopped watching to go do some housework or something, and then I had another message on Discord, and I went onto stream, I was like, and they were just about to give it to someone else, and I was like, no, I'm here, and I got it.
Okay, quick side note. How the hell were you allowed to sit there for 7 hours and watch Division content without actually doing anything else for the rest of the day and getting away with it?
I wasn't just doing that.
If there's any tips,
I was just having my phone in front of me, like while I was walking around the house.
Was it like virtual reality? You had it like stuck on a piece of cardboard on the front of your head.
Pretty much.
But yeah, back on the subjects. Yeah, it's not great. People are charging for loot. Obviously, this has happened before in a certain game, Robert.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. For anybody that's played Destiny, this has happened with...
Really?
What? Raids. It's happened with Trials of Osiris, the competitive PvP mode, which is meant to be competitive, yet people were charging for trips to the lighthouse to get the best gear, or just get to the lighthouse for the sake of it, I guess now. Maybe. I don't know how that thing works now. Maybe it's just sweet vanity shaders. Nobody knows.
But, like, you don't need to. Like, because there's so many streamers out there that have just, like, given stuff away. I don't understand why. Like, just join some Discord communities and you just, you don't need to pay for anything. Okay, the house is going to be the hardest thing to get, but if you need some classifieds...
Well, I know, like the Elites Gaming have been doing house streams or classified streams. They've been giving everything they can away. I know Cal Streams has been doing it as well when we joined them this week. Shout out to Cal.
They've got everything. They don't need it. They're just giving it away.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give Ryan Davis a shout out because he pointed me to this during the week, but I have seen this be a thing before, because obviously anyone who's been a part of the Elites Gaming, people were complaining about it over there. But he pointed me to a Facebook group, which is literally something like Division Gear Hunters, and there's only like 30 people in the group, but 30 people are being charged or charging other players for loot is... I don't understand. You're just killing the game. I know that sounds stupid, but where's the fun? The other side of it, I can understand if you're a casual player and the grind might be a little more difficult than you're used to, or if you don't have enough time. I can understand. But there's communities out there to support you. You don't have to pay for content. People will help you. Luke?
Exactly that. There are people out there that will help you for free, aren't there? I mean, we've even got a channel for sharing gear in our Discord, and it is literally that. Just if you want something and somebody's got it, they'll give it you. Go in the dark zone, go rogue, kill them, jobs of fish. That's how you got your house, isn't it? So,
yeah. Only thing is, I didn't even have to go to Discord. I had a phone call to my main house phone. Thank you very much, Robert.
It was an emergency. I had to.
It was an emergency. You should have seen my wife's face when I was like, the house, and I ran away. And she was like, shit, there's something wrong with the house. I disappeared for about half an hour. I think it would have been funnier if I had just run out the front door.
Arms flailing like a Simpsons character.
The other thing that, like, paying for stuff, it takes away, like, that moment when you get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if someone gives it to you in the dark zone, that you don't get the same reward. But like when you finally drop that weapon or that piece of gear that you needed, that's the carrot on the stick at the moment, I guess, isn't it? So paying for it just kind of takes the fun out of the game a little bit.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw a tweet that was put out by Marco Stahl. Obviously, huge shout out to Marco Stahl. And he put so much content showing players how to play the game. The easiest method to play the content straight, not really cheesing it or anything like that. Obviously, we've got a huge issue at the minute where resistance up to tier round 10 or something like that is being farmed. And it's kind of funny because he's like, it's so funny listening or watching all these agents, try and cheese stuff, where if you just play the game, you will get the content that you need just playing it normally. I don't really understand why people complain so much about loot or, they're trying. It was just funny seeing Marco's reaction. I feel like that's in a similar vein of, buying gear. If you play the game, you will be rewarded. I mean, we had a thing, we put out a video, Wednesday this week, or at the beginning of this week, where, we discussed classified caches, and we had one reply where one guy was like, no, we don't need classified caches because I'm getting all the loot that I need, and I'm a solo player. And it's like, that might be the same for you, but it's not the same for everybody. So, I can understand both sides of it, but I don't think you should have to pay for gear. I don't expect the guys at Massive or Ubisoft want if anything, they're going to want the money. And I don't think we want to be. We don't want to turn. We don't want this turning into a pay-to-win game, do we?
Hell no.
No, but it just goes to show that the game's in a good place at the moment. I know that the drop rate is good because people want this stuff, and they will do anything to get it.
Anything?
Yeah.
You've got a really
interested.
Evil look on your face right now, Mike.
Well, I was just interested to see what Rob would have done for that striker holster.
The funny thing is, they're on about like sending nudes on the stream. Like, if you want this, send nudes. They're obviously joking, but
I wonder how many people actually sent nudes.
Yeah, how many did you send, Rob?
I just want to give those guys a shout out because they gave away, over the course of a day, they gave away 64 pieces of classified. And
wow.
Altogether it was like 78, including exotics. It was like they gave away 78 pieces of gear. And
nice.
It was insane. Watching them, they'll go for a bit. They were multi-group farming, so like there's 8 of them. So every landmark they went into, they came out with the classified. They couldn't it was what was slowing them down was giving it away, like going to the extraction, getting someone to kill them, giving it away, and them extracting it, they helping them extract it, and then going back to farm. But it was epic. It was really good to watch.
No, good shout, man.
I can't wait.
We've had a pretty good week like that, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, on PC.
Sorry, dude.
I was just going to say I can't wait till they were on about doing a PC version because that was on PS4. So we all over that on PC. We should definitely give them a shout out on the show when they do it as well.
Yeah, we found out this week Rob's RNG on PC isn't very good in comparison to mine.
Yeah, you bastard.
I think we might have fallen out midweek. Yeah, shout out to Cal Streams. We joined him in the Dark Zone for a little bit because me and Rob were in there doing some farming in preparation for some stuff. And it was a good time in there, wasn't it, Rob?
Yeah, he randomly showed up at our extraction and we joined his group. I think we went manhunt, didn't we, at some point? Briefly?
Yes. Yeah. All I needed was to cut a rope, and that would have been like all my rogue boxes ticked within like 2 hours of being in the Dark Zone.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, I do have an IFM for you boys this week. It kind of comes from Grilled Cheese, as he asked us last week. I was wondering what y'all thought about cranking up weather effects in the game, like some crazy but rare whiteout blizzards. First off,
sorry, can you just say y'all again?
Y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Literally wetting myself over here.
Come on, Rob.
What?
Go for it.
What? Go for what?
Oh my god. He acts dumb, but he's not dumb. Anyway, what do you think about that idea? Is this the bit where I have to repeat the whole thing again because you guys have totally lost the point?
All I heard was y'all.
Well,
He asks.
No, I'm joking.
Got it.
I'm already there. That's what she said. What do you guys think about cranking up weather effects in the game and adding things like rare whiteout blizzards? This is a random ass episode this week.
The game kind of does do that occasionally. Like you'll spawn and it's really snowy and you can't see much, but it's very rarely that it happens. But
right, I just want to point out: is it snowy or are you just blackout drunk?
That's a good point. No, because it's happened this month and I haven't drunk anything this month. Swear.
I'll give you that. But what were you playing on? Were you playing on PC? Because we know the weather effects on console versus PC are completely, well, I say completely, but definitely upped, aren't they?
Yeah. Probably PC. I've been playing a lot of PC recently, so I don't know.
Luke, would you like increased weather effects like we have in survival?
It depends what I'm doing, because it's really fucking annoying when that happens in the dark zone. But like, if it was during missions and stuff, I maybe would make the difficulty a bit more intense. So yes and no, I guess, is the answer to that.
Well, if you like that first idea and adding stuff to the dark zone, I'm then going to put a spin on the dark zone using this idea.
No.
How would you guys feel about adding the survival function as it is to the dark zone on its own? So the cold and virus supplies, you've got to farm all your gear and survive. It's literally one life in and out kind of situation. Maybe even have like a hour timer on it or something.
So you would lose all your gear and you go into the dark zone, right?
Yeah.
And everyone else will be in the same situation.
Yes. But it wouldn't be survival. You'd kind of already be in the dark zone. So it'd be the instance, maybe you pick up like a randomized set of golds before you go in so you can survive.
Okay, that sounds more.
So is this a survival
fair
game instance or a dark zone instance?
It's a dark zone instance with survival attributes. So what would be the dark zone, but the cold and the virus would still infect you?
I like it as long as it's opt-in upon reaching a dark zone checkpoint, and it's not just like the contamination events where they pop up after an hour. Because if you don't want to do it, and it gets forced upon you, then you're just going to transfer out, aren't you? Then you might be left in a dark zone survival game on your own, as opposed to opting in where you know you're going to be in a server of 10, 12, 24 people that want to do it. So
yeah, that is a good point. But I was just thinking maybe if they even had it on a timer, once every 4 hours, this comes into effect. Like even for the weather effects and the cold and the virus to apply, the dark zone hits like, you know, certain contamination levels or something, and where these things would apply, and the current gear that you're using isn't usable in the dark zone because it's been sent for, I don't know, contamination cleaning.
I'm not sure how that'd work, because you could just transfer out, couldn't you? If you got that warning to say that survival was coming or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I don't know, but yeah, you could just transfer out, couldn't you? And then you'd be left in the server on your own, which would be really boring.
Yeah, but you could take it one step further and be like, hey, we've got all this stuff, but we're going to slap hunters in there.
Now it's getting interesting.
Yeah.
So.
It's the dark zone from survival.
Oh,
so
yeah, I forgot they're in there.
Hunters.
So every time you wanted to extract something, you'd have to.
You could even just add. You could probably even change it up. Have hunters on landmarks. How cool would it be if you rock up to a landmark and all the NPCs are dead on the floor and there's hunters just fucking like two of them stood there waiting.
Just a roaming hunter or two. A roaming hunter per dark zone area. That'd be awesome.
I'm sorry, but you can never have enough hunters in this game. I know we've always said like it should stick to paid DLC content with regards to like survival, but come on.
Yeah, they should just like implement what happens in the underground throughout the whole of the game. So you're halfway through Falcon's Lost. Hunters appear.
Don't tease me with stuff like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Can you imagine we're playing Stolen Signal and then freaking Hunters appear? I was like, oh. But it's a random chance.
Dude, we never play Stolen Signal. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it could happen.
Or what about this? You play the game of skirmish against Shocks and his crew, and then Hunters turn up.
Yeah.
And then you both have to fight to take the Hunters down.
Yeah, GG Shocks. Again. Motherfucker.
But yeah, I think that'd be quite interesting. We'll have to see what happens, whether they do refresh survival or whether more stuff gets added to the Dark Zone. I would like more operations or objectives to be added to the Dark Zone. I know it's kind of like its own thing, but I don't think you can ever have enough things to do in the Dark Zone.
True.
I mean, there's enough in there to do at the minute because Luke never leaves the bloody thing. So, all the more reason to keep him in there.
I like the Dark Zone. What's your problem?
I still want my super weapon idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool as well.
I still would like to see weapons applied to gear sets a bit more. Classified gear sets. Which I think we might see in the future, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay, so questions. Capitan over on Discord asks us, what do you guys think about an in-game marketplace for loot exchange between players? Thoughts, please. Robert, I'm going to go to you first because I think you might have a more happier approach to this.
Me and Cap had a little bit of a discussion about it because I was going to steal this for an IFM. But why did you just do that? Stop making hand gestures at me. This, I don't think, it's a good idea because Division is essentially an RPG, so it's a good idea because most of them have this. But I think the Division community would find a way to break it within days.
No.
You think?
So I thought about this and I thought maybe they could do something like this, but maybe go the route of what's the game called? Warframe, where you have a mailing system, and so you can mail someone a piece of gear as long as you got their like username or gamer tag. But you'd have you'd have to limit it to like 2-3 email mails a week or something.
To be fair, I did think you were going to say Eververse.
No. Oh God. Don't go there this week. Ooh.
Literally don't go there this week. Don't go there ever.
Rip Destiny 2.
Robert, Luke, you've got a few questions. Do you want to start off with the first one?
No, because I don't know what it means, so I can't answer it.
I bet Elmo could frickin' answer that question.
I might ask it to you two. What does Bloody Nora mean?
Bloody Nora?
Don't know. Who's Nora? Why is she bloody?
You killed her, you bastard.
Or time of the month.
I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know the answer to that one. I really don't. And I saw it in Discord a few days ago, and I was like, "Oh, don't put that in the podcast because I wouldn't be able to answer it." And you did because you're an asshole.
It's kind of like a kind of way of saying "fuck." I would say, bloody Nora.
Yeah, it's like
for fuck's sake.
Basically, yeah, being saying bloody hell or yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was similar to bloody hell, but why wouldn't you just say bloody hell? So I'm guessing it's got some other connotation that I'm not aware of.
Why won't you say the C word?
It's definitely like a Northern English thing, though, isn't it?
It's very British.
Pip pip.
Hooray. He also asks, are you guys happy with how encrypted cache has turned out after the last few months months of debacle loot boxes from other games. Speaking of Eververse, Rob.
God. So bad.
Technically, the Destiny doesn't have loot boxes, or does it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it does.
No, fuck. It's double fucked then.
It's the engrams, isn't it? The Eververse engrams. You can pay for them.
I'm not paying for them. You pay for them.
No. Bloody refuse.
You didn't answer my question, Rob. I went to you.
What did you ask? I completely missed that.
Are you happy with encrypted caches and how they turned out after the last few months?
Out of a lot of games that have been doing stuff like this, they've got it right. I mean, I think the emotes are amazing and just add a level of humor to the game that just is epic. Luke and Mike are now doing their favourite emote.
Are you not entertained? Sorry, dude.
This is where Rob stands up and puts his hand behind his back.
Yeah, that's my new game in the Dark Zone, is to go and wait by loot boxes with my hands behind my back.
Rob just stands up and starts in the parade.
Yeah. And
Luke, what do you think, dude?
I was just going to say,
Rob wasn't finished.
The vanity sets are really good as well. Like the fact that you can collect all of the sets and then you get another set. It's cool.
Yeah, I like them as well. Now that he's finished answering, Mike, I like them.
I'm sorry.
I think they've got the rarity of like the emotes and the stuff down as well, because I've been chasing air guitar since those Christmas caches came out and I didn't get it, so I'm a bit annoyed about that. I didn't get the drumming one either, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that. But RNG.
I wanted the shame one. The ringing of the bell. Shame.
But I think the Division and Overwatch are the only games I've played with loot boxes in that I can say, like, if I really wanted air guitar enough, I would have paid money for it. But knowing that there was a chance to get it just by playing the game like I normally do, I think is how all games should look at making their loot boxes work. Not games like FIFA or that Star Wars game that EA broke. I can't remember what it's called. It's gone.
Battlefront.
That one. I wanted to say Battlegrounds. I knew it was wrong.
Well, you never know. They might come to that yet. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Over Christmas, obviously, we had the Christmas caches, didn't we? I didn't have that many encrypted keys, so I spent real money, and I got what I wanted out of it at the end of the day. I got the full Santa costume, and I'm pretty happy with it. But the other side of it is, like, everyone argues about encrypted caches or loot boxes should be in the games, but, that money is literally just going back into vanity items. So everybody wants to look different. Everybody, wants cool weapon skins, and, you guys want more stupid emotes and dabs and any other random stuff that will come out due to freaking social media bullshit over the next 12 months. And you want it to be in the game. I want just do it in the fucking game. So I spent my money, and it shows support for the game at the end of the day. Because obviously, if Ubisoft see that it's garnering money through the encrypted caches, it might not be a lot, because obviously you can purchase the caches with encrypted keys, which are earned through commendations. You get shards from boss drops and all sorts. A little bit like Overwatch. Each time you level up, you get a loot box. But I'm not really fussed about the loot boxes in Overwatch, and from what I've heard, they're not really earning that much off them, so they could always get rid of them. And I don't think the Division is reliant on them. I think it's cool they're there. I think for a lot of people, it would be cool for, obviously, like the Santa costume. Instead of spending a shitload of money, they would just want to buy that. And I can perfectly understand that. But at the minute, it's fine. Until, I guess, I don't get something but I've paid for.
Again, they've done it right. If you don't want to pay for it, it's a grind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, Luke, how many encrypted keys did you say you had saved up?
When the Christmas caches went live, I had 15, I think it was. Might have been 14, 16-ish. Let's go in the middle of 15.
Yeah, but you managed to get pretty much the whole Santa costume from that, didn't you?
I got the entire Santa outfit, yeah, which is what I wanted. As soon as I realised that there was a Santa outfit and not a snowman outfit, I wanted the Santa outfit, and I got it. So.
And how much did that cost you?
1 times 1 minus the 1, 0.
Exactly. It is unfortunate, and I can understand it's a viable money source, but it's literally paying for one dude, or I say one dude, but a live team to create those things.
Like I said before, if I wanted something enough, I would happily pay for it. And I know RNG will kick in a little bit if it was a vanity item, but if it was a particular emote, there is a way to buy said particular emote. So I haven't got a problem with that. I understand the argument that people have made where certain vanity items are purchasable, but then RNG kicks in. But it's a vanity item. You're not telling me there are people out there that care enough about a vanity item to be moaning about RNG once they've paid money for it. I'm sorry, these people can't exist.
Since the release of the game, I've spent money twice on the Division. Apart from obviously buying it on PC, I bought the Christmas jumpers and weapon skins Christmas last year, and I've spent money this year on the Christmas caches. And that's it. I've not spent anything in between, and we've had additional vanity sets added, in 1.7 and 1.8.
Yeah.
And I've got, it doesn't really bother me that much, but it's nice to kind of give back a little bit sometimes as well. It's just the thing is, the money you're spending on vanity items is probably just getting recycled back into vanity items anyway. I know Terry Spear joked the other week that, if you want Central Park added to the game, buy a jumper in the game. I doubt, if anything, that is going to be what's going to cost, add to the cost of actually getting another expansion to the game. It's going to be how many people bought the game since 1.8, how many people have bought season passes and gold editions, things like that across all platforms, not just vanity items.
I've got an idea. Put a jumper in the Division with Muglodon on it, and I'll buy it, and then everybody else can buy it, and let's get Central Park in the Division. There you go, Terry. There's an idea for you.
However, I will say, if it hits Easter and they drop that freaking Donnie Darko Easter Bunny costume, I'm going to freaking buy it somehow. And they better have the mask to go with it.
Copyright be damned.
Well, you say that, but we've got some other masks in the game that are a bit,
Yeah, true.
Speaking of masks, the new masks do look pretty cool.
No, they don't.
I think the one on the far left did.
They're the worst.
The one with
the worst set of masks that have been in the game.
If you want,
one of them looked like it was from Crisis.
I was going to say Ant-Man. One of them looks like the Ant-Man mask, a little bit.
Anyway, that's enough about encrypted caches. Next up, should we as a community start a poll for when the next content will drop based off the job postings now listed for Massive? There was a repeat posting on Facebook of recent job listings over the last 12 months that Massive are looking into. What do you guys think about this? When do we think the next content drop will be based off the job listings? If any, obviously.
I don't know. It's a little bit too early to start speculating, maybe.
We're only, 2 months away?
What?
I think we're literally about 2 months away.
Yeah, two months away, but we're only 2 months into the new stuff. So
true. But, I mean, they've been finished with 1.8 for a while. 3 months, maybe?
Disagree.
Trying to think. So when was additional content announced? It was announced in March. The ETF was May. So what's that? 3 months later?
Yeah, but they weren't finished with 1.8 until the oh god. It's not the beta, but it's the thing where people can go and test PTS. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. But what I was trying to garner from that is between the announcement of it and the ETF, they had some content available, an idea of what was available at that time, didn't they? If I remember right, ETF was shown content that was gonna be added in the game, even in its roughest form.
Yeah, ETF was shown some of 1.8. They weren't shown all of it, were they? So
the chances are, if they finished on 1.8, they could be 2.5 months potentially into building new content. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's the case. I kind of hope it is, because by the time, 2 months' time, they might actually have something to show us. And I know that's probably not going to be the case. But I've said this before, I hope compared to the year 2 announcement, they are more on the ball with decisions and things that are actually going on in the game with future content. And if anybody actually watched the state of the game today, somebody from Redstorm was actually on the stream.
Tony.
Hi, Tony. Anyway.
Do you reckon that was like a bit of a subtle hint?
Come on. Right. Let's be honest. Massive are probably not working on any future updates until a potential sequel or an expansion, which I've been seeing a lot of in the Division community over, especially like the last month. I think everybody's kind of like, I kind of want it now. The more and more I think about it, I don't want to leave the Division. I think there's a lot more to add. There's a lot more story content and missions and things like that could be added. Whether they can do that based off the current technology and God knows what, I don't know. But the fact that Redstorm have took the reins of 1.7 and 1.8, they've took the reins of the Division over the last year, haven't they?
Yeah.
So for Tony to be there, I don't know.
He's gone to check out the progress on the Division 2. I said it.
He's going to check on that sweet Avatar game.
I want to know what's going to happen with the global events after this last one has happened. I want to know, are they going to happen more often? Is the loophole going to be open up to all of them on each one? Or is it going to stick the same?
Ooh, that's quite good. I like that. But then that's one. How many pieces did we figure out that was? It was 14 gear sets with 6 pieces per gear set last week.
What?
Last week. I just mean in general. Sorry. I don't know why I said last week.
Let's do a mouse. Oh dear. No,
I didn't even count. I didn't even count it.
But like, I'm just interested on how that's going to happen. Like what their plan is.
No, I was just thinking like based off how many there are, they could just be completely randomized drops, but I don't see that happening.
No, I think if they go back round on the GEs, the same gear sets will be tied to the same GE. Personally, just because if they put RNG into that as well, it could be another 6 global events till, for argument's sake, Tactician comes back around again. Just because the way RNG will work, knowing that the one that people got the least of will be the last one.
Do you think it's enough content to hold players over till we do get more content?
Depends when the new content is, doesn't it?
Because you think we have 2 global events that, probably a huge chunk of the new population have not played.
Yeah,
they don't have those gear sets.
Would they, when they redo them, would they do them in the same order?
Maybe they'll. Well, I can't see them going backwards, can you?
No.
They're not going to go back like 3, 2, 1, are they? So, yeah, I would think so. Whether we'll see them more frequently over weekends or a couple of days a week, I don't know. But we'll have to see, I guess. Anyway, Robert.
Yeah?
Where can the listeners find us?
You can find us at SITREP Radio on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Tweet us with the hashtag TeamSitRep, as we're all affiliated with that hashtag. Send us any questions or feedback to the show over at our email address, which is sitrepradiopod@gmail.com, or DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, anywhere really. Luke?
You can find SITREP Radio on any of the following platforms: iTunes, Apple Podcasts for iOS, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, Overcast for iOS, Stitcher, Player.fm, Pocket Casts, RSS feed, Podbean, and please rate, review, and subscribe whilst you're there. Thank you!
While you're over there, make sure to check out the awesome Mash Those Buttons over on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Go check out some of the other podcasts that are a part of the Mash Those Buttons family.
And don't forget, you can also check out all the episodes on YouTube. We also do the IFMs. There is a little series of videos that Mike's been doing. Well, we've all been collaborating, but Agent Origins series was just like a
Beginner's Guide.
Beginner's Guide, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. We also do build videos. There's a really good D3 build out this week that Mike put together with help from me. Please leave a comment and subscribe. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without you, dude.
Well, true. I did do all the hard work, you know.
Those sweet screenshots, hey.
Hey, that voiceover is a beaut.
Yeah, until about halfway through, you're like, what are you laughing at?
Yeah, and I sound drunk. I wasn't.
Maybe you'll get a shout out on the next community
yeah, I doubt it.
State of the Game.
I'm not French.
For having a sweet drunk-ass voice. Obviously, as always, huge shout out to Sean Wider from the Division Elites. Go check out our friends from Loot and Shoot and the Clancy Elites. Matt Goes Buck and the other motley crew of agents. Thank you for listening, agents. We'll catch you during the global event. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.